Be perturbed to see those hurdles being put out. leave the inside lanes clear. Anyway, yes, really interesting mile race. It will all be actually going to have two races, I think. I think Faith Kipyegon is going to be going for that world record, and then a whole host of others perhaps chasing national records. Nikki HILTZ, the new American champion. Mary Slaney still holds the American record. Could that go? There are others in here. Laura MUIR, who's come close to the British record in the past. Zola Budd still holds that British record. And then you've got the likes of Kira McGeehan next to Laura MUIR. Sonia O'Sullivan holds that record. But it's going to be Faith Kipyegon chasing the world record. Helen Obiri still holds the Kenyan record, but it's Sifan Hassan's mile record that was set here a few years ago in great style that I think Faith Kipyegon is, well, we know she's got that set in her eyes and is well capable of producing it, given what we've seen from her this year. 3:49, 1,500 meters, 14:5, 5,000 meters, 2 world records. This, I think, I was counting, I think it's the 50th day since Florence. So that's a nice round day. Maybe it's 51, maybe I've missed 1 or 2, who knows. Anyway, either way, it's going to be quick, it's going to be fast. She needs to go through the 1,500 meter mark, though, if you think about it, about 3:54, 3:55, which, given that she's run 3:49, should be well capable of. Has raced pretty lightly this year. Women's mile. The pace lights will tell us how they're going. They're looking for a pretty swift 2:4 or thereabouts through 800 meters, but just for those who maybe not so familiar with 1 mile, it's 4 laps and 9 meters, so we will be getting times at every 400 meters, but there's an extra 9 meters to factor in. So it's said 2 races, it's already split up really, given that the pacemakers have gone off hard, too hard, because Faith Kipyegon is right with the lights there. The green lights are the lights that she's keeping an eye on. HAILU has slotted in behind her. Laura MUIR leading the pack behind, and there's a lot of familiar faces for Laura MUIR, who's had her own ups and downs this season. McGeehan just tucked in behind her, so is Jess Hull of Australia. I can see Melissa Courtney-Bryant, big new 1,500 personal best for her last week. Nikki HILTZ, the American, just on the curb as well. But out in front, the 2 pacemakers. Nanyondo will have the job of trying to keep it going as far as she can beyond 800 meters. But it's now settled down with only HAILU going with Kipyegon.
Well, just under 62 for the first 400, which gives us around 2:03, 2:04 for the 800 that you mentioned. And just by way of comparison, when Sifan Hassan set the mile record on this very track, she went through rather erratically, 2:08.50 for the first 800, and then put on the afterburners in the second half of the race. I think Faith Kipyegon will be looking for something a little bit more measured here.
I think it's actually perfect. They were looking for about 61.5, going through about 2:4 thereabouts, and this is exactly what she set up. HAILU's being really brave and going for it. Her national record's held by Genzebe Dibaba. So all those names I've said, they're all greats of distance running, some from a long way back. There could be plenty of national records tonight, but will it be a world record for Faith Kipyegon? Looks relaxed, looks good. She won the Kenyan Championships at 5,000 meters. We know she's heading for the double at the World Championships. Looks up at the clock. She's still got 2 full laps to go. 1 pacemaker's going to drop out here, but she is spot on, 2:4.1.
Brilliant, brilliant timing. And you know, you don't win world records by accident. She will have that intuitive feeling in her bones. The 5,000 in Paris was a surprise, and it wouldn't be such a surprise without adding pressure onto her were she to break the mile record. It is relatively more achievable, I think, than what she did in Paris.
4 minutes, 12.33 is what she's after. HAILU now swimming in her own sea of lactic already, and she's still got a long way to go, and the others will start to run her down. But they've got no chance of running down Kipyegon. Nanyondo steps aside, done a good job to get to 1,000 meters thereabouts. But it's now all about the front, Faith Kipyegon, and look how far ahead she is. We saw Sifan Hassan do this 3-4 years ago, but she did most of the damage in the last 500. But now she's way ahead of the light, and it's only the light that she has for company here, and surely she'll be able to produce a big last lap. It's Faith Kipyegon coming towards the bell. She was looking to head to the bell in a roundabout. Well, look at that, it's 3.6, I was going to say 3.7, she's inside it.
She is inside it, she's got around 66 seconds for this final lap. Well within her compass, she's stretching away and pouring it on, and the race behind is very much for second place. Faith Kipyegon on her way to another world record.
Yeah, just to say that 66 is for a lap and 9 meters, as I mentioned earlier on, so she has to work hard still, but it's well within her grasp here. Faith Kipyegon with just 200 meters left. And now she knows that if she could muster a 32-33, she's going to take at least a second off this world record. She's got to stay strong here, approaching the 1500-meter mark. We said 3:54.55. She's way inside that. She's not far off the world record through 1500 meters. Here she goes, Faith Kipyegon. Crowd on their feet here in Monaco. We've seen this twice already this year. Faith Kipyegon heading for another world record. This time it's going to be in the mile. She's going to absolutely obliterate it. 4:7.65. Can you believe it? Whoa! The others finished a mile behind. Faith Kipyegon, 4:15 thereabouts, could be for Ciara McGeean, smashing her national record, beating the rest, I think, in a big chase to the line. But if the 3:49 was good, if the 14:05 was good, this is almost on another level. 4:7? There are hundreds of thousands of male milers around the world for whom that still would be a creditable time. Club runners, very, very good club runners, college runners, national runners. Faith Kipyegon has now shown what she can do. This is her distance for me, you know, 1500 of the mile, it is absolutely her distance, but I'm not sure that even she thought she could go that quick. I was thinking 4:10.
Yeah, I was thinking around 4:10, maybe 4:9 at best. Wow, simply wow. Let's just enjoy this moment again. We often talk about blowing something out of the water. I think she's just thrown that world record into the Mediterranean just a few hundred meters away to our right. It was blistering, particularly the last 400, 66 seconds required for the last, 409 meters, and she absolutely ripped it to pieces, and will fill in the gaps behind this because there are national records and personal bests all along, littered behind her. I can tell you that Ciara McGeean has beaten Sonia O'Sullivan's long-standing record to take the Irish record. Laura MUIR, a personal best, 4:15 to get the British record. Nikki HILTZ, the US record as well. That's what happens when you're in the same race as this woman. It brings the best out of you. It's unbelievable.
Okay, every single athlete who finished either ran a personal best or a national record. I'm counting